Hey everybody, this is Kim here, the Divine Warrior Goddess, and I just had to come on today. Huge realizations in the night. Last night we cleared a lot of lower density energy, and I woke up very excited, even though it's very not fun to go through, but it's exciting when we come out the other side. So last night there was a major clearing of this these lower timelines, and everything became crystal clear. So there's so many things I want to talk about, and I don't want this to get too long, but people's hearts are opening. And what happens when your heart opens? You are able to look at things in a new light. And yes, I will say light because if you're like many that follow me, um, you've been watching things, you have been educating yourself, but you need to know it's not you, it is your soul. And your soul is saying, okay, it's time. Let's take a look at these things that maybe we didn't want to see before. So I'll say, okay, I've been on this journey for well over 20 years. My awakening happened in the late 90s, and I became so sensitive at that point that I didn't want to know what was going on worldwide. I didn't want to know any ugliness. I didn't want to see it. I would look away from it. Um, and but especially as we go along, we realize our our higher heart comes online and it opens up. What does this do? This makes us pure love, and to realize nothing can ever hurt us. It never could. Even though when I began this journey, I had no belief system in myself, but I did in my angels and my guides. And now that I have embodied them, I know that it's me and that we are here to change things. Each one of you that watches this will know this and feel this inside of you. How can you do that? You do that with an open heart. But here's what you may consider the rough part, is doing all this research, educating yourself about what has been going on for eons here on this planet, and that it's time for all of this to come out in the open. So at first you may feel fear or anger. Whatever you're feeling, it's normal and it's perfect because we're releasing that energy. And I do admit that I was in that for a little bit of time in the beginning of this lockdown. But then you regroup and you go, okay, my soul is ready to see this. My soul already knows this, but it's allowing my human self to see really what's going on. And it can be terrifying and it can be very disturbing. But here's the thing, the more that you open your heart and know that You are connected to all there is. You can look at it objectively without all of these emotions. And then you can move on from that. So then what? It's always follow your intuition. Read that article you're inspired to read. Watch that video that you are inspired to watch. Make a video that you're inspired to make. Write that article or post or whatever that you're inspired to do. We all are we have such an intricate interweaving of what our soul is here to do. And it's all different and it's all beautiful. So some people are posting all those articles, all those videos. But you know what? That's planting a seed, and it all holds a very special place in this divine plan that we are in right now. So we become the observer. We know the outcome. That this whole thing has nothing to do with the virus. It is just a distraction. So I also offer you to think about, not think, feel. It's always feeling. What are you feeling? Did you notice that you can see it in someone's eye, in their eyes? That old saying, the windows are the eyes of the soul, or the eyes are the window of the soul. Yes, they are. And when you look in someone's eyes, you can tell and you can feel their energy. You can feel if that's truth or not. So trust that. So this whole big thing is about trust too. So last night was a huge clearing of the lower dimensional timelines, and I was just so inspired. I had to make this video today because I was allowed to remember. I usually a lot of times don't remember my dreams. In my lucid dreamy state, sometimes I remember, sometimes I don't, but this was very vivid to me. So I'm inspired to share it with you. About a year and a half ago, when I left my home that I had always been, and I didn't know where I was going. I started this journey all on my own, just taking with me in my car whatever would fit, and that was it. And I was driving to Florida, and I stopped in northern Florida at a motel. And although I felt something wasn't right there, I was still compelled to stay there. So first of all, I go into the office and the door is locked. Then when I go in, I could feel lower energies with the owners. And then they put me in the room in the back of the motel, in which I didn't care. I was only going to stay there one night. Yeah, whatever. And it was a little bit a little bit of a drive away from the office. And I'm going past and I see the pool there. The pool has no water in it, and it is, filled with leaves and garbage. And I still stayed. I still went around, went in the room. The room was pretty yucky, dirty kind of. But I was excited to be in Florida, and I thought, well, whatever, one night. But I couldn't shake the dense energy that I felt. And I began to get terrified. very fearful. And it was the kind of motel that people live in. So a bunch of workers came home after I got there, and they continued to hang out right outside my door, party for hours, drinking. I saw them looking in my car, and I was terrified because I was there all alone. And even though I have embodied my guides, I had to call on Archangel Michael, um, and his energy and his band of mercy, and station them outside my door, my window, around my car. And I slept with my clothes on. Um, I didn't sleep well, obviously. And in the morning, as soon as I woke up, I decided to grab my stuff and get the heck out of there as soon as I could. And as soon as I drove off that property right across the street to a like a truck stop where I could go in there and sit down and have coffee, I felt so much lighter and I felt so free. And I knew that like that was really a low energy that I was in. So why am I bringing this up now is because in my lucid dreamy state last night, I was shown that that was just, and I had said that it felt lower than the third or the fourth dimension. Well, it was revealed to me, yes, it was. It was actually um, what you would consider like hell, because all of a sudden I could see, um, all these serpents and reptilian energy and the tongues coming out. And it was just like, oh my God. And I stayed in that place. So, if you have watched things and if you have not watched Out of Shadows, I suggest you do it. I know that many people have already seen it, but I suggest that you watch it because this all comes into play about what's been going on the earth plane and this Lucifer energy. And I never in my life thought I would talk about that, but here I am talking about it because we need to take a look at it. We need to take a look at these things that we didn't want to see before. Why? Yes, it does make you more fearful at first, but when you get past that, you are able to look at it more as an observer. But the important thing about clearing energy is that you have to see it in order to clear it. We know that we've done a lot of deep inner work, but this goes much deeper than what we realize. This is all of our existences. This is our duality. This is everything, the good, the bad, the ugly. So here it is. We're clearing this Lucifer energy. We're clearing this reptilian energy that has been held within our bodies. So it's a beautiful thing to clear this, because then we are also clearing it for humanity. We're assisting them in clearing this dense energy that is being shaken, rattled, and rolled, and it's time for it to come up and go out. It's time to go. And this is very deep stuff that not too many people have talked about. And as a light keeper, we did not want to look at it. We did not. um, you know, love and light and light worker, that's all got to go too, because that's a program as well. We have to look at the darkness too. How can we clear something that we can't even see? So this is big. This is really big, guys. And it's just huge that we're clearing this energy. And why are we clearing it now? Because so many of us have this open heart. We've been doing the work, and something miraculous is happening. You may notice that some of your family members or your friends or whomever are opening up, and they're seeing things that you never thought they would see. You never thought they would recognize, and they're opening their consciousness. So when we open our heart, it is tied to our higher mind. So when the heart is open, the higher mind is plugging in, if you will, to the quantum field of consciousness, which is all consciousness. So, of course, for most people, it happens slowly because they may become overwhelmed. Some people, it happens instantaneously. But we're at an accelerated rate right now. So this is happening faster. So you may see great big changes in yourself, your family members, your friends, with heart opening experiences, with seeing things that they would not be willing to see before, and actually being able to handle it. Like, we are so strong. We are so strong. And our soul is urging us to say no more. No more. You know what? This time is done. This Lucifer reptilian energy is done here on our beautiful new earth. It can't be here. It cannot exist. So it's actually really exciting, and I was really excited to make this video today. And then I woke up to someone from my past, and it was on Facebook asking me to like a page. So I went to the page. Now, this soul was a part of a group that I was involved with since my awakening in the late 90s. And we all formed a church, a spiritual church. So we did a healing service and message work, clairvoyance and energy healing. And so we started that church in 2001, and I had a great awakening in yet another. We have so many along the way. Another one in 2011, and everything became clear about the church and what was really going on in there, and what was being talked about was actually not what was being played out inside the church wall from the lead minister and most of the other ministers at certain times. So I had kept in touch with one of the members because the rest of them refused to even acknowledge me when I resigned in December 2012. No coincidence with that, right? So when I resigned, the leader minister told everyone that her guides told her not to not to respond. I sent an email and I sent it to all of them so that she could not distort my words. And so therefore none of them would communicate with me afterwards, except for this one beautiful soul. And that is how programmed we were. And programmed is a nice word for brainwashing. So I finally had the courage to leave that church and leave behind my spiritual family of the last 15 years before that. So it was gone, except for the one. And we didn't talk that often, but we, still keep in touch occasionally. And so he sent me a request today to like this page. And so when I went to the page, he told me last year that he had resigned from this church. And I was really excited for him, although I knew now that he was going to have to go through at least 2-3 years of some deep deprogramming, because I know that's how long it took me to deprogram myself. So anyhow, I go on to this church page, and what do I see is he started a church with 2 of the other ministers that were with me, that we were all together. Now, mind you, we had about 12 ministers. We had a big group of us that followed this leader, and I can't tell you how ecstatic I was to see that, because I never thought I would see them leave. So what I'm seeing is this beautiful awakening on every level, in every way. And what are we going to do about this? We are going to stand up and say no more to what's going on, or to what they think is going to happen, because it is not going to happen. And how do we do that? We rise up. We speak out when we feel the need to do so. We do what we feel is right for us with an open heart. When you have an open heart, nothing you can do is wrong. It's pure beauty and bliss. So keep your vibration high. Keep your heart open. And continue to educate yourself, if you please. It doesn't matter what you do. This is our action, whether it's outward or inward. Because guess what? Our frequency, gone are the days when they said that your frequency radiated out, your aura, whatever, 17 miles. Boy, that is old crap. We have to let our old stuff go, and we have to embrace the new reality of that. I know that my frequency can radiate out, as yours as well. Everyone can radiate out, not only affecting the earth plane, we can roll that energy out all throughout the universe, the multiverse, everywhere. What does this mean? What does this do? This affects every timeline. This affects all of your existences. This is a huge game changer. and humanity's tipping point. So I'm here to tell you how powerful you are. And practice that. Do that. Open your heart. Radiate that out. Radiate. It's pure love. We are pure love. So we're saying no more to the darkness. It's done. It's over. We're clearing that crap out. And we're going to continue to do so until it's gone. And it doesn't just have to be waging a war on the earth plane. Oh no. Oh no. This is on an energetic level. This is on an etheric level. And we're going to do it. We are uniting. There's more and more of us, and nothing can stop us now. Nothing. You, me, all of us together, we are all in the unified field of consciousness. We all have this power, and we are doing it. Do not tell yourself you're not making a difference, because you are. Even if even if what you're focusing on right now is your deep inner work and you're in the depths of hell, guess what? You are, wow, you're doing it. You're doing it. You're doing the work. We're all doing the work. Look at the symbolism of this lockdown of staying inside, which I know most of us aren't doing anyway. Heck yeah, we're going outside. But it's going within. Go within. Guess what? All the answers are within. Every damn one of them. We have access to all the wisdom, all the knowledge, all the love that is this multiverse, which is you, and it's all held within you. This, oh my God, this is big, guys. This is really big. And I knew I needed to share this with you. So, it's almost a half an hour long. Sorry about that, but all of this stuff had to be said today. It had to be said today. So, you can find me on divinewarriorgoddess.com, and on Facebook, I am Kim Semitis, or Ascension Stargate Kim Semitis, or Divine Warrior Goddess. And you know what? Even if Facebook gets shut down, even if YouTube gets shut down, Twitter, whatever, you know what? They can't stop us now, because we know what to do. We got the tools. We are that powerful. So, I love you, and I will see you soon. Bye for now.